see you.
Hey, great to see you. Great to see you again, actually.
Yeah.
Uh,
How?
before we get into things, I got to remind you of something. I want to talk. Obviously, I want to talk all about the song because everybody's talking about it. But
Woo.
way back when, in 2016, you came to Providence, Rhode Island, and you played a few songs for us at a pizza joint. And I'm sure
Oh
that you
God,
look back on it now as the pinnacle of your creative career.
I I'm sure. I'm sure I wore something completely hideous, and I probably did my own makeup wrong, and probably all those things. But I do remember that so actually so well. Now that you,
We look back on it
it was a
really
nice little
fondly. We
place.
loved it.
Yeah, it was a good time. There were a bunch of people showed up. It was really fun.
Yeah, definitely. So appreciate that. Can't wait for you to be back in Providence and come and visit us again once everybody's able to travel again. I imagine you're probably, it looks like you're stuck at home.
This is my makeshift studio. It's not. It's very dimly lit right now because my room lights just went out. So I gotta fix that. But it kind of looks like I'm in a little dungeon here. It's very...
I'm actually in my basement right now, so I'm literally in a
Okay, so
almost like a
we got
dungeon.
the same vibe going. Yeah, yeah.
Another thing that happened in 2016, right around the same time, which is how a lot of America got to know you, was that you performed at the White House for the Easter egg roll. And I'm sure that seems like a million years ago for you, but it seemed really cool to me, just mainly because I was super jealous that you got to go to the White House. How does that stack up in terms of your favorite performances of all time?
Oh my god. I mean, that was just crazy. That was a crazy moment. I think, as I mean, especially looking back on it, just thinking about like what politics looked at that time. It was just and meeting the Obamas, like meeting their dogs, meeting their it was just such a fun day and so full of like had there was like ton of little families everywhere, ton of like activities, and it was just so fun. And yeah, that was definitely a big performance for me at the time, and I was so nervous, but I think I managed. I think it was good. It was fun.
2016 was also the year that Don't Let Me Down came out, which was like, the song that broke, that broke everything for you. Do you look at that kind of as a distinction of before and after, or is it all a big journey for you?
I think it's all pretty big because I mean, that song obviously like gave me so many opportunities and put me in front of such a new audience, so many more people. But I think even ramping up to that, like nothing stopped. Like it just kept going and going. Like nothing was really like ever. There was always something like because Hideaway was working at the radio at the same time as Roses was their first song, and so that's how they found me. And right as like Hideaway and Roses both got to like top 10, they asked me, and so it was just kind of like this perfect merge. And yeah, I feel like everything had been ramping up to that point, and it just really didn't stop after. So it's
Now
crazy.
we had the new song "Bad Girl." We featured it on Friday in the number one slot of our new music showcase, and my God, the reviews from our staff were absolutely through the roof. Everybody loves this new song, "Bad
No
Girl."
way.
And I want to talk. I mean, the people who helped you write this, Jay Cash and Michael Pollock and Madison Love and Andrew Goldstein, huge names in the world of music. And then to have Charlie Puth as a producer on this, and Andrew Goldstein really must have given you a lot of confidence that this was going to be a big song.
Yeah, it was really cool. I definitely it was. I definitely wasn't expecting it to be. I mean, I'm very excited about it. It's probably my favorite song that I've ever released. So I definitely put a lot into it, and they all did too. And yeah, just to see like all of them just as excited and energetic about it. Like, um, Cash played it for Charlie, and he immediately loved it and wanted to jump on it, and that just showed to me like I don't know. This could be something. I don't know, but it was cool to have that support from them for sure because they're so used to this this whole world. So
And one of my favorite songs of yours is one that real Daya fans know. And if you haven't seen the music video or heard the song "Feel Good" by Griffin and Elenium with Daya on it, it's fantastic. You need to watch it and listen to that one. But I could listen to that all the time. But it must feel really great to have like a smash that's yours.
yeah, I think that's what I've kind of been striving for just finding, just over the past few years, just finding my own voice, and just writing a lot, working with different co-writers, producers, and kind of trying to hone in on what that means to me. And it's not like I didn't get the chance to when I first came out, but it was just like it was going so fast, and there were just so many things happening, and I feel like I kind of put that on the back burner for a second. My writing, and that's just that's what got me into this all of this in the first place. So I think that, yeah, and I've definitely tried to get more in touch with that in the past few years, so I'm happy to have done that.
Yeah, the song "Bad Girl" definitely a different message than "Hideaway" for sure. Um,
Yeah, someone pointed out to me the other day that it's like completely the opposite. I just did not even think about that once, but
Tell me a little bit about how you approach your producers and your writers, because this definitely seems like it was written for and about you.
yeah, I actually have been sitting on this concept for a few years or something, and they and when we went into the studio, it was like one of our only in-person sessions for the whole year because we've just been doing Zoom the whole year. So it just, I feel like it already had this kind of like energy about it, and Andrew Goldstein and Michael Pollack came up with this track, and to me, like hearing that intro, like the da-da-da-da, like the I can't do it right now, but the first part of it, it was just like gave me the, like, transported me to this like very mysterious and like seductive world, and it just felt like it just felt like the perfect track to pair that concept with, of like trading in a bad boy for a bad girl. And yeah, I think that was definitely a concept that I was really excited to write, because it was just fun, and we wrote it in like less than an hour. It was super quick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, and it's got to be great too. To no matter what happens, you've got your name up there in in songwriting credits with like Linkin Park and Demi Lovato and all these huge names, these powerhouses in music, and now Daya's on the list of the production credits for these guys too. It's got to feel good to really to have your name up there.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, they're just so talented. It's just like, it's crazy to just be in the room with them and to see how they work and to see how quickly they come up with melodies and everything. It's been really cool, and it's cool to have them also respect me in the same way, and respect my ideas and my concepts, and kind of go at it in more of a collaborative way, because I haven't always had that in the past. So it's really cool working with them.
Absolutely, and Charlie's the best too. We love him. He actually. So I went to Emerson College in Boston. He went to Berkeley at the same time, and a couple of years ago, we found out that we used to go to the same parties. He's a really great guy, and he's so incredibly talented musically, having gone to Berkeley. A lot of people don't know that you are incredibly talented musically. You play how many instruments?
Well, I feel like I'm not as good anymore. I can't say this anymore, but when I was growing up, I played, I started piano when I was 3, and then I started playing guitar, ukulele, kind of like self-taught myself those, and then, saxophone I played in middle school too, and the flute. I was like the lone girl in the brass section of my middle school band, but, it was a good time. Yeah, I definitely am really grateful that I have that theory background, and, it helps with everything pretty much.
I'm sure you can probably play a mean maracas and tambourine too. Just give it a shot. You're very talented. That's what I'm saying.
One day.
I, how is it though that like when did you realize that this was the journey that was right for you? I mean, I took piano lessons when I was a kid, and I knew that, like, as much as my mom made me go and try and practice piano, it just wasn't like, I'm just not a musical guy. And I did band in high school, but I knew that wasn't my career. When did you know that this was something that, like, you're gonna do no matter what?
Yeah, it's really funny because I feel like I was like very disciplined as a kid, and I feel like I just like hate all types of authority and everything now. So I feel like I definitely did a 180 there. But no, when I was a kid, I was like super diligent, and I would just sit at the piano for hours. I would come home after school, and that would be like the only thing I wanted to do ever. And it just became like so ingrained in my life. I couldn't imagine anything without it. And I started singing when I was like 10 or something, to first to just like accompany myself on and while I was playing instruments, and I didn't really think that there was anything there, and then I just started taking lessons and working really hard at it. And yeah, that I guess something came out of that. But
That's awesome. That's way better than sitting at home and playing video games, I think. Although there's something to that too. Sometimes I don't want to
I used to do that all the
offend any
time.
gamers out there.
No, that's honestly that's prime. That's definitely like peak living right there.
So you wrote, you brought the idea to the writers and the producers. They loved it. They jumped on it. They gave you a great melody and stuff to work with. Then once the song was done, you brought it back to your partner Clyde Monroe, who happens to be a music video director. What are the chances of that?
What?
And tell me a little bit about how the music video came together, because it's incredible. And you know, you're hot in it. The other girl is hot in it. The guys are disgusting. What's it all about?
Yeah, let's go. That's the true message. When we sat down and wrote out the concept board, it was like me hot, other girl hot, guy ugly. No, it was really fun. It was definitely like the coolest making of music video experience that I've had. Just working with someone that I trust so much and respect the taste of, and we dissected like every little detail and concept and everything, and we really wanted to create this like start to end narrative with it. And basically it's just like the bar is meant to be kind of a mirror of my subconscious going through the discovery of my sexuality. And I basically from start to end, it's just like goes through all the phases. What the heck just happened with my light? Sorry.
Nope, that's all right.
This is what we're working with here.
I didn't even see it. I'm staring at the camera over here. You're way over here.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm only looking at myself, so I'm just... yeah, so basically we just wanted to like mirror that kind of like journey of my subconscious of discovering and realizing, oh my god,
there it goes. I saw that one.
Okay, yeah. Ugh, what is happening with this? I'm sorry.
It's all right.
And yeah, basically like the confusion and the frustration in the beginning to like the fully realized kind of confident self at the end, where I come out and perform all of that on the runway. And that was a really exciting moment for me too, because I feel like I'm never really that like glammed out or that like overtly confident with my, it was almost like in a theatrical sense, but it was really, really fun.
Yeah, confident is definitely the word for it. And you know, I was watching a couple of videos a little bit earlier, and it just so happened that the back-to-back videos were you performing on the Today Show with Kathy Lee, Hoda, and Regis, and Elvis. And then the next one I watched was for Bad Girl, and I was like, well, this is a very different and more grown-up person.
Crazy. Oh my god.
Yeah, so it's, you know, if when you watch them back to back, you must go, wow, I've really come a long way in this career.
Yeah, it's been, oh my god, I literally can't. Ugh, this is so annoying. I'm so sorry.
Hey, the stars, they're just like us.
Just why can't I've been doing interviews for days. This has never happened. I don't know. It's okay. Yeah, I think just for me, like, I definitely needed that time to kind of regroup and just like be human and just go through all these experiences with relationships and love and just everything that I needed to kind of grow. And I feel like I just didn't get when I was 16. Obviously I was 16, I was so young.
Yeah.
And I just hadn't formed those really formative experiences yet. So I'm really happy that I've, at the same time as like still releasing and still putting stuff out, like I've definitely taken more time for myself, which has been really, really good.
That's great. I'm so glad that, you know, that you're putting out music that reflects your life, and that you're confident in it, and that we can follow your journey and follow the great example that you're setting for so many people. So I congratulate you. I appreciate everything that you're doing. I wish you the best success. The song is Bad Girl from the forthcoming EP by Daya, one of our favorites. It's going to #1. It's going to be your biggest song ever. I can feel it. I'm so excited for you, Daya. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate it. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.